Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about the differences between seems, sounds, and looks, especially when using the word like, as in seems like or sounds like or looks like. So let's get started. All right, I first want to talk about seems like. Seems or seems like. We use these in slightly different ways. First, we use seems to make general guesses about things we cannot confirm or things we cannot check. So when I say we cannot confirm, it's like something that we can't test quickly. We can't check our guess right away. So we use seems to make guesses about these kinds of things. Second, we can use seems directly before an adjective or an adverb. Third, we use seems like before a noun phrase. So please keep in mind, seems, no like, comes before an adjective or an adverb. Seems like comes before a noun phrase. So this is a key difference, and we'll see this same pattern with the other words in this lesson too. So let's look at a few examples. First, you seem tired. You seem tired. And she seems nice. She seems nice. These are examples where we use seems with an adjective. So tired and nice are adjectives. We just use seem or seems because we conjugate for this subject here. So when we use it in this way before an adjective or an adverb, we do not use like. Let's look at this other example sentence though. This seems like a nice place to stop for lunch. A nice place to stop for lunch. So here we have this noun phrase. Yes, the word nice is in this noun phrase. There's an adjective in here. But this right here, this is a nice place. So we're talking about the place actually. It's not just the adjective that this is modifying. So we need to use seems like to talk about it. So that place seems like a nice place. We could say it seems nice, sure, but if we're talking about the place, the actual noun, we need to use seems like to describe that. So it seems like a nice place. Okay. So with this in mind, with seems in mind, which we use for general guesses, let's continue on to the next part, which focuses on sounds. Sounds. So we use sounds and sounds like to make guesses about things based on information we get with our ears. So that means we hear something and we make a guess based on the thing that we heard. So I hear something like from another room, or I hear a sound from outside. I make a guess about the situation based on that sound. So I got the information with my ears. Second point, which is the same as seems, we use sounds directly before an adjective or an adverb again. And here also, sounds without the word like. We don't use like here, just sounds or sound. Third, as we talked about with seems, we use sounds like before a noun phrase. So, some examples of sounds. First, she sounds sick. She sounds sick. So, sick is an adjective. We're using sounds here because our subject is she. She sounds sick. You sound sick is how we would use this. So sick, we use this adjective here because maybe the guess is based on like hearing someone coughing, like that sound. You might think, that person sounds sick. Or maybe they're sneezing. Or maybe they just are making some kind of awful sound and you think, that person sounds sick. So that's based on information we get with our ears. Second example sentence, that sounds great. That sounds great. This is a very useful and very common response to an idea or a suggestion. Like, for example, do you want to see a movie tonight? That sounds great. So it's like you heard the suggestion. You got that suggestion with your ears. And your response is, that sounds great. So That's a good idea, in other words. So this is a very common way that we use sounds in this pattern to respond positively to a suggestion. That sounds great. Third, that sounds like a bad idea. That sounds like a bad idea. So this is a good negative response to a suggestion. If someone tells you, like, let's stay up all night drinking energy drinks, you could say, that sounds like a bad idea. So again, this is for information we got with our ears. And in this case, it's a noun phrase, a bad idea. So again, there is an adjective here. The adjective is modifying the noun idea. So that sounds like a bad idea. A bad idea is the noun phrase. Therefore, we have to use sounds like. In this sentence, we use like here. That sounds like a bad idea. So you'll notice sounds like and seems like, or just seems and sounds, follow a similar pattern. But sounds is used for information we get with our ears. Okay, so with this in mind, let's go to the last word for this lesson, looks, or looks like. Looks like is a little different from seems and sounds because there are two different ways that we use the look pattern or the looks like pattern. First, in the same way as we use the other two words, we can use looks for guesses about things based on information we get with our eyes. So sounds is specifically for information we get with our ears. Looks is used for information we get with our eyes. So again, we use this before an adjective or an adverb, just look or looks. And we use looks like before a noun phrase. Some examples of this. First, this hiking trail looks difficult. So here's my adjective, difficult. I've used looks here. So this hiking trail is my subject. It looks difficult. So no like here. So I want to express, like I'm making a guess, I think this is difficult. It looks difficult based on like my visual understanding of it. So if you're standing in front of the hiking trail and you look at the hiking trail and it seems really hard, like I just said seems, that's okay too. If it seems difficult, you can say, wow, this looks difficult. So another key point for this lesson. So I just used seems to talk about using like the word looks. So I mentioned that seems is used for like general guesses about things, yes, and it's okay to use it. There's not a communication problem to use it for something you get with your information you get with your eyes or information you get with your ears. But if you can use looks or sounds to describe that thing or to make your guess, it's probably going to sound a little more natural to use that. So I just said, this hiking trail seems difficult. So that sounds quite general. But if I use this hiking trail looks difficult, it sounds better because the listener understands I can see the trail. So I'm making a guess based on like the information in my eyes, kind of. So I can see it, so that's why I'm saying this. That's the reason for this comment. So if you can, try to use looks or sounds to make your guess. Seems does sound more general. Okay. Another example with looks. So it looks like it's gonna rain. It looks like it's gonna rain. This is a very common, actually, way to express like a weather prediction. So it looks like it's gonna rain, or it looks like it's gonna snow, or it looks like it's gonna clear up. So clear up means become clear. So we use it to talk about the weather, but it looks like it is gonna rain. So it really here is our noun phrase. So looks like is the expression we use. We use like here. But as I mentioned, there are actually two different ways of using looks like. And so this second one you need to be careful of. The pattern that we use here is A looks like B. So this means A is visually similar to B. Or that means A has an appearance similar to B. So these two things share an appearance. A looks like B. They look the same. Examples. That cloud looks like a rabbit. So that cloud, A, looks like a rabbit. So that means the two things have the same appearance or a similar appearance. Another example, your house looks like a mansion. Your house, A, looks like a mansion, B. So the two things have similar appearances. So you can pretty, I think, clearly tell, you can pretty clearly understand which meaning of looks like is intended based on the situation. Is the speaker comparing appearances, or is the speaker making a guess? Depending on the sentence, you can usually pretty clearly understand which one the speaker wants to say. Okay, so finally, a couple points here. I did mention, yes, if you can use looks or sounds to describe your guess, please do that. It's very clear. And second, just a general point about the word seem is that we use seem for like very general feelings and experiences. So in my example sentences, I was talking about people's emotions or maybe like my opinion about a place. So it's kind of a very general situation where we use seem. So this is a quick introduction to how to use these words. I hope that it was helpful for you, but if you have any questions or comments, or if you want to practice making a sentence with one of these, please feel free to do so in the comment section of this video. Of course, if you like this lesson, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other things that can help you with your English studies. Thanks very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.